Here's exactly how you can start making $3,000 a month using AI automation. Now, if you've clicked on this video, I'm guessing you're either a beginner or an intermediate and you're wanting to learn a bit about AI automation and how you can start earning money while in this space. It's also good because you've probably clicked on this video knowing that businesses are actually wanting this stuff. And there's a massive skills gap at the minute, meaning that if you get into this now, it's going to benefit you heavily long term. Before we jump into it, my name is Sam, and I do AI automation where I help businesses scale by solving bottlenecks in their companies. I also teach AI automation to complete beginners to show them the exact system that I followed when I first started to land my first client and scale to the higher figures per month. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So let's start with what even is AI automation. You may have heard the word fly around a couple of times on TikTok or YouTube, but you may not actually understand yet what this is. So we're going to have a look at that first. And we've essentially done a massive flow diagram, which is going to take you from what even is AI automation all the way down to how you can land your first client. So pretty simply, AI automation is just making AI do repetitive tasks for you, but doing this automatically so you don't have to be there. Essentially, it's just putting these two words together. You know what AI is because you've probably used ChatGPT before and you've seen the power of how successful that can be. And doing it automatically. So without you having to do any inputs, without the business owner having to control this, these sort of systems run on autopilot, which is why there's this massive benefit over the current tasks that people do. There's also an image here that I've got which essentially explains this in a bit of a better way than I have just done. So automation. These are workflows that run automatically. They're good for replacing repetitive manual tasks, and it relies on predetermined set of rules when this happens. And obviously, AI itself are just machines that can think off their own instinct. So they're able to analyze massive data sets, learn data, and make decisions from that. The quality of the output is dependent on the prompt, so whatever the human tells it to, but as soon as you get that nailed on, then you're going to be extremely good at this. So let's go back to our flow diagram here and move to our next bit. So right now, thousands of businesses every single day are doing tasks manually, whether that's things like answering emails, following up with their leads, posts on social media, sending and generating invoices, or responding to reviews. And this right here is just 5 very simple things that businesses are doing day in and day out. If a business is spending an hour a day answering to emails, then that's 5 hours a week, which equals 20 hours a month. If they're spending 4 hours every Friday, for example, generating invoices, then that's 16 hours over the month. And what's really good about this is that as soon as you can make business owners realize that they're wasting their time or losing money, and that you've solved this problem by implementing an AI system, then they will pay you a lot of money for it. And we'll get on to why this is such a lucrative business model as well. But out of those 5 here that we've got, I can guarantee that every business owner is doing at least 2 or 3 of them. So there's some ideas already that you can use. If we go down to the next point then, we're going to say what a simple system is compared to what automation can do. So imagine leads are coming into a business. An individual, like someone from a sales team, may want to find extra information about this person to see if they're a right fit for their business. And so an individual from the sales team will look at this person's LinkedIn or current business profile and try and gather information about that one by one. They'll then store it in an Excel sheet, and that will take them anywhere between 5 to 20 minutes. An automation, on the other hand, will be able to scrape all of these leads using a system, enrich this person's data, which essentially means gathering more information. It can score each lead based off business preferences to see if they're a good fit or a bad fit for the company. And then it will present all these leads to the business owner. But what the real benefit is with AI automation compared to the example that I've just shown above here is that this is going to do this with 1,000 leads each time. It could do it with 5,000, 10,000, whatever it may be. While it is sequential with the individual that researches this, with an automation, it does it all on autopilot in an instant. That alone, a business would pay thousands of pounds for. So let's head to the next one here that I've got here. So I want to show you why businesses are actually paying a lot of money to do this sort of stuff. And the first one that we've got on the list is that these systems happen on autopilot. So with the leads example that we've just done, while they're sleeping, it's finding leads and scraping data on autopilot. If you're looking at a voice agent or an AI receptionist, this is answering calls throughout the night if people ring in, or speaking to customers over the weekend when they're out of office. That alone is one massive benefit to a business. They're highly effective. So with these AI systems that we're using, they're extremely efficient and quick at what they can do. It may save a business owner lots of time. For example, with the collecting leads that we've just talked about. If someone's trying to find 10 leads and it's taking 20 minutes per lead, that's a hell of a lot of time the sales team are wasting just on gathering this data. It may save a business owner money because you're able to do something more efficiently and at a more cost-effective way of doing so. And finally, these business owners can actually focus on their business rather than in it. So like replying to these emails that we talked about or posting on social media. Instead of trying to grow the business, they're actually focusing on these tasks which are just draining their time. So then why is this demand so high? But first, let's look at this graph that I've got here. So this is a bell curve, what we call. So it's in the shape of a bell, as you can see. And at the start here, we've got the sort of 0.1 and 2% of people that will do this. So they'll say AI will replace us. They're not going to bother looking at what AI is or get involved with it. Probably not even use ChatGPT. They're just taking a real sit back approach and thinking, well, AI might come for my job, it might not, but either way, I'm just going to sit back. You've then got this middle proportion of people as well, which is saying AI is too unhuman. So they may have tried it in the past or they've used ChatGPT, but they're saying, no, this isn't going to work. I'm not going to bother using it. It's too unhuman. I'm not going to deal with it. You've then got you and I. So you've clicked on this video, you want to learn. So this is you and I here. These are people that were thinking AI might replace us or thinking, I know the power of AI, so I'm going to use it to my advantage. And this is exactly what AI automation is. You're not kicking people out of jobs. You're not making people redundant. You're simply solving business problems in a really effective way. So this is why the demand is so high, because there's a huge gap at the minute. The people that don't know how to use it and the people that do know how to use it is only getting bigger and bigger, and their skill set is increasing. Think of it like this. Over 200 million people are using ChatGPT every week. But the vast majority of them are just using it to write emails or answer questions or telling them to do their essay for them. They have no idea how to actually build systems with it. Meanwhile, the businesses that are absolutely desperate, they know AI exists, they've seen it work, they've played with ChatGPT, but they've got absolutely no idea how to implement it in their business. So this is where you and I come in, and hopefully you're starting to see this picture a bit better now. So you're in a position now where you've got businesses on one side saying, we need AI solutions and we need it now. And on the other side, you've got people who barely know how to actually build them. And this isn't just one type of business that you can target. This isn't just businesses that need leads, for example. You can target hair salons, barbers, restaurants, the construction industry. You can target absolutely any business that are doing manual, repetitive work. And that's the beauty of this, because every single business needs some form of AI automation to make them work more efficiently. So you've understood why this actually works, but let's see how you can actually get started and what you need to do. So the first thing that you need is an actual understanding. So how can you go away and create these AI systems and AI automations, which essentially is the fun part. This is where you get to put your learning to the test and show that these systems actually work. And the beauty of it is that you can use no-code software like Make.com and N8N. And this is what 80 to 90% of every single person will be using. So these are the main platforms that you can have a look at. So for example, if we go to Make.com now, it's a really simple interface, super easy to use. And essentially, you can start creating automations without knowing that much. Wait for this to load in. If we just go to create a scenario here, then you can see this is the sort of dashboard homepage where you'll start creating your automations. Super simple. There's no coding. It looks pretty straightforward. If you want to start off by using Google Sheets, something that we're all familiar with, hit Google Sheets, and you may want to add a new row, for example. Now, I'm not going to go too much into this, but I'm just showing the two softwares that you can use. N8N is a similar scenario as well. It's a bit more complex, but you'll probably find most people using this sort of stuff. For example, here then, as you can tell, it's relatively the same. It's less colourful, but it's probably more effective with what you want to be doing. As you can see, we've got Google Sheets here. We've got a big automation here, which is what I'm calling a lead follow-up system. So this is something we sold to a business. You can see you've got Gmail, you've got other things here which are really familiar, and this isn't complex. All you have to do is start learning the basics of how to build, and then you can go away and do it. If you are learning how to build, I've actually got a free 1-hour course on my YouTube channel, which I've linked in the second or third line of this description. Go and take a look at it. And if you want a more detailed look at how you can start earning with AI automation, then I highly recommend doing that. Or if you want to take that further step and jump straight in with how to learn, how to create, how to sell, and most importantly, what to sell, then I've also got a community where I teach people exactly how to do this. It's got over 12 modules, over 4 hours worth of videos, and we're only getting bigger. I'll link that in the top line of the description, and that will really help you catapult your way into AI automation and actually start selling to businesses. So let's go back to our board here then. So those are the softwares you can use, Make.com or N8N. And like we said, now you just want to create some of these automations. Start off really simple, something that involves 2 or 3 different nodes. Why don't you do something that sends you a message in the morning to tell you the fastest commute to work, or send you an email with all the latest news, for example? Obviously, these are really simple and you wouldn't sell these to businesses, but this basic understanding is really going to set you forward from everyone else that don't know how to do this. After that, you actually want to sell to businesses that need this stuff, and this is where you want to get money. So I've got three ways here of how you can actually generate this income. First one is freelancing. So this is where you would find a business, you would identify a problem, and they would pay for your services. So you may want to walk into a business and say, look, you're losing time or money here and here. This is what you could be implementing, and then you can also offer them to do it for you. Obviously, you would need a bit more experience and skill to this, but this is perfectly attainable to do as a complete beginner, because if you know a bit more than that business owner, then they will class you as an expert. Another one here, and probably the most simplest one to start earning money, is Upwork, Fiverr, or LinkedIn. And this is where you essentially use these platforms and look for people that are also looking for AI automations. People post job postings on here every day. They will class it as part-time work, and all you have to do is create a basic CV with some of the work you've done, and then you can start applying for these jobs. And obviously, you're not going to have testimonials by this time, but you can just show simple examples of what you've created and what you can do for them. And then finally, the specific offer and outreach. And this is obviously what most people are doing. So targeting a certain business or niche, whether it is real estate agencies or solar companies or med spas, barbers, whatever it may be. And then you want to find a specific offer for them. And within my community, I do go into much more detail on how to select a niche and how to actually pick this offer. But it all comes down to the pain point. So what are businesses actually struggling with? Is it that they're struggling with invoice generation? Are they fed up with not getting good leads all the time? Whatever it may be, if you can go to a business and say that you've solved this pain point for them, then they're going to pay you thousands for it. So we've completed the video here, and this is your 7-day roadmap of starting to make money using this. So number one, my personal advice would be to sign up for N8N or Make.com, whatever you want to use. Just sign up using the free plan. You get a certain amount of credits each month, but for initially starting, you'll be able to make plenty of automations with this. Step two, I would then create some automations. Like we said before, just automate something in your life. I've got plenty of videos on this where I talk about things you can automate. And in my 1-hour free video, I've also got 2 automations which you could follow and actually sell these to businesses. Or finally, like I said, joining my community where I've got automations which I sell to businesses. And then number 3, find your first client using one of those 3 strategies which we talked about, either freelancing, Upwork and Fiverr, or actually sending a specific offer to a business. And then step 4, once you've sold to a business, repeat this process. And that is how you make $3,000 a month. It's pretty simple. If you're selling a client for $1,000, do it 3 times. If you're selling it for $1,500, do it 2 times. You can see how quickly this can scale. And once you're doing this repeat offer, like we've talked about, then all you have to do is change a few things and just keep offering it to different businesses. I hope you've really enjoyed this video, and if you have done, smash the thumbs up button, leave a comment, and please subscribe to my channel. Like I said, if you do want to join my community, the link will be in the top line of the description. You can see about how you can offer these services to businesses and rapidly accelerate your way to making your first sale and scaling your AI agency. Hopefully this has been really helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next video.